Okay, I'm going to start. Can you hear?
Sir.
Okay. So this question number 6, it's the type 6 question. An object travel with 50 ms minus 1 constant velocity for 5 seconds. Find the displacement of it. You know, it is given velocity. Velocity is how much? 50 ms minus 1. And the time is given for 50 seconds. And they have a displacement. So you know the connection between velocity, time and displacement. So velocity is equal displacement over time. This is the equation you should use. Here in this graph, what is the basic idea of any calculation in physics or chemistry? What is given, what is asked. I was talking about chemical calculation class also. What is given, what is asked. It is given here velocity and time is given and here displacement. Wait. So this should be asked, it is asked. So you should multiply by here. Displacement equal velocity into time. If the time is given, it is given in a second, no problem. So you can't change. Velocity is 50. ms minus 1. If you like, you can put this unit. And the time is 550 seconds. Now look this one, that second have power 1. And this second minus 1 and second minus second will be cut. And 50 into 50 is how much now? 2500. 2500 what? What is missing here? Meter. So I can write 2.5 kilometer. This is the displacement. For example, if I change this question in a different way, for example, an object travel with 50 ms minus 1, constant velocity, an object, if I change something like an object change its velocity from 50 ms minus 1 to, wait, to 90 ms minus 1. If the question changed something like that, an object change its velocity from 50 ms minus to 90 ms minus 1 for 50 seconds. Find the displacement of it. Can you do it? Please do it. Can you do it? Please do it. An object change its velocity from 50 ms minus 1 to 90 ms minus 1 for 50 seconds. Find the displacement of it. Please do this one. I'll give one a 30 second.
2000.
I couldn't hear.
2000 meter.
2000. Someone says 2000. Hannan, right? Hannan?
Yes, sir.
You are the one, right? Okay. Oh, someone said this.
Yeah, sir. 2000 meters.
Yeah. So some people, when you do this question, you will put this something like displacement is equal, velocity is equal. See, the velocity, starting velocity is 50 ms minus 1. The next velocity, the final velocity is 90 ms minus 1. And the time taken for that one is 550 seconds. Now if you use velocity is equal to displacement over time. This is the basic equation. கொஞ்சம் பேர் என்னைவா தெரியுமா நான் தமிழ்ல சொல்றேன் இத போட்டு ஒரு ஆன்சர் எடுப்பாங்க 50 displacement over time 50 and the answer would be 50 into 50 how much now 2500 meter கொஞ்சம் பேர் எடுப்பாங்க இப்படி கொஞ்சம் பேர் எடுப்பாங்க something like they'll put here 90. They'll put here 90. 90 into 50, 4500. The basic idea is wrong. Here not the displacement actually. If it start from rest, no problem. Or if it's moving in a constant velocity, no problem. But it is changing its velocity. When it changes its velocity, you can't find this question. This is now, it is moving in acceleration. It is moving in an acceleration now. Look, very important. Your answer 200 is very wrong. The 2000 is very much wrong. This object is moving now in a constant velocity, a constant acceleration. Because why? It is changed into 550 into 90. So the change of velocity is what now? 90. The earlier question, look, the earlier question, I'm changing that. Earlier question was, right? Earlier question was, it is moving in a 50 ms minus 1 constant velocity. But now this is changing into 50 into 90. Which means it is increasing velocity. It is not moving in a constant velocity. Now here, some people will put here 50. Some people velocity, they will put here 90. But I will confuse. Here now it is moving in a constant acceleration. Acceleration of the move ஆகுது. When it form an acceleration, you should use this equation. Remember, which is in your book. Displacement equal mean velocity into time. Remember this. நான் இவடத்தையே சொல்லிட்டு போறேன். Mean velocity, how to find the mean velocity? V initial plus V final, சொல்லுங்கோ, over 2 into time. V initial how much? Tell now. V initial how much? 50. V final how much? 90. Over 2. The time taken for that how much? 50. Now what's the answer now? The maths. It's science is finished here. Now you go for maths. 90 plus 50 is how much? 140. 140 over 2 is how much? 70. 70 into 50, what is the answer? What is the answer? Lots of people, 2 people got this 200. How? Just see that. How they got this one? Velocity is equal displacement over time. And here they have put here it should have been given a change of displacement. So here it is given velocity. So they, instead of displacement, they put here 90 minus 50, this velocity. Wrong. And over time, sorry, இப்படி போட்டாங்க, wait அப்படி இல்ல, கொஞ்சம் வெயிட் பண்ணுங்க. They have found here 90 minus 50, how much? அதுல இருந்து கழிச்சிருக்காங்க. எத்தனை? Over displacement over time. Now how much? 40 is equal displacement over time. Time is how much? 50, no? So 40 into 50, 200 meters. This is how they got the answer. This is wrong answer. Which means wrong's method, but absolutely you have tried. But what you have to do, when this object, the change of velocity it is given, which means this object is moving in a constant acceleration or acceleration. So when it moved this one, it should have been given in a mean velocity, right? Got it, the answer? If the object is moving in a constant velocity, you multiply velocity into time. If the object is moving constant acceleration, or if they ask the change of velocity, if they give the change of velocity, you use what? Mean velocity into time. Got it? Got it.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So the best way is the connection between this one. The best way, the acceleration acceleration question start but here I have put here the basic idea of this one, right? So I have to change this. So if an object moving in constant 50 meter velocity, for 50 seconds. Now would be, what's the answer now? 15 to 50 to 500, right? So got the idea? I hope you people got the idea. So எல்லாமே bookல இருக்கு, but நான் காட்டுவேன். காட்டவா? எங்க இருக்குன்னு? Okay. So if I want to see that, I can show. Wait. ஒரு ஆதாரம் காட்டத்தானே வேணும். Bukhari Sharif. Wait. Give me 30 seconds. So when you are studying this one, not only O level, when you are studying A level, if you go to science stream, so biology or the bio stream or physical science stream, if the physics, when it comes, please read it well and understand well. Until and only that time only you will understand very much clearly. Otherwise, it would be very much tough. So because you know, it's not about, it's a very easiest one, physics. Physics is all about what I have to give that, right? So it's not about what the biology, right? It's all about what you have to understand, the basic idea. That is very important. நிறைய question, ஆயிரக்கணக்கில் question செய்யற matter இல்ல, ஐடியாவை ஞாபகம் வச்சுக்கிற. It's all about remembering the idea. It's very important. right? So look now, here you can find this one. In order to find the displacement of a body moving in a uniform acceleration, we should find the mean velocity of the body and multiply by corresponding time. Here, displacement equal mean velocity into time, initial velocity plus final velocity over time. So it's wrong, not over time, right? Here wrong. புக்ல கூட இது நியூலி அப்டேட்டட் புக் இத பார்த்தாங்கடா பிள்ளைகள் பைத்தியம் முடியும் into 2 இப்படி வரும் sorry that's fine mean velocity is okay over 2 not the time 2 right initial velocity plus final velocity over 2 and that should be and you multiply instead of this one this is the one. I hope you people got this one. So that's why I was talking about these things, right? Okay. Now let's move to type 8-7 question. The type 8 question says what? An object moves. An object moves 100 meter with constant velocity. An object moves 100 meter with constant velocity for 5 seconds. Then it is stayed at rest for 2 seconds. Then it traveled in the same direction another 50 meter for 20 seconds. இங்கே பார்த்த question மாதிரி இருக்கா? We did that question. The number was exactly same. But look, instead of speed, here I have changed here constant velocity. That's all. Look this question. The type number 3 here. An object go 100 meter with constant speed for 5 seconds. Then it stayed for rest for 2 seconds. Then it traveled with constant speed in the same direction for another 50 meter for 2 seconds. But here, the same question. Now, you should understand the idea. It's not about doing all the question. An object moving 100 meter with constant velocity for 5 seconds, then stayed at rest and also for 2 seconds, then it traveled for 50 meter with constant velocity. Here, look, here two constant velocity is given instead of that constant speed. The type 7, here, this one, in same direction. So please do this question, the same question, look that, and the question same answer would be draw the velocity time graph. So I'll create confuse so simple graph. So the velocity, the displacement here, draw velocity time graph. It cannot be velocity time graph. I forgot that even. What should be the graph? Tell me.
Displacement time graph.
Displacement time graph. Displacement time graph. So it should be displacement and it is time. Object is moving 100 meter, you take 100 here. And also the for 5 seconds. So you take 5 here. And it stayed for rest for 2 seconds, another second 7. Same graph. It travels same direction, so same direction. 50 meters, so 100 plus 50, 150. Look this one now, same direction. It traveled in same direction. same direction, another 50 meter with constant velocity for 2 seconds. Now look, if you draw here, the starting is the constant velocity displacement time graph. So the graph should be something like this. Then 2 seconds it would be rest. Then another 2 seconds. So if it's a 2 seconds, 7 plus 2, 9 seconds. Then it will move into constant velocity. Draw the displacement time graph exactly. Find the constant speed. Can I find this constant speed? Wrong. What's that? Velocity. So how can I find this velocity? Tell. 100 over 5. The y-axis over x-axis. 100 over 5, what's that? 20 ms minus 1. Same question. Calculate velocity in last 2 seconds. Last 2 second velocity should be found here. If it's this is y-axis, this gap over this gap. This gap is 2. This gap is 50. So the answer should be 50 over 2. Y over x is x 25 ms minus 1. Then find the total distance, exactly total distance here, and find the total displacement. That's also 150 because it's moving what? Same direction. So same question which I have drawn or which I have done last the type number 3. Now come to type number 8. Please read the question. That is also same question, but one thing we have to change. Please read the question. Read very carefully. An object move 100 meter with constant velocity for 5 seconds, then stayed at rest for 2 seconds, then it traveled 50 meter with constant velocity. How? Tell. How? In opposite direction. When it moves in the opposite direction, look when I draw here. If I draw, an object is moving 0, it's a point, moving 100 meter for times 2, 5 seconds. Then it stayed rest, so rest for 2 seconds. Then it traveled 50 meter with constant velocity in opposite direction. So ഇവിടമിരുന്ന് திருப்பி ഇവിടമിരുന്ന് it is moving from this point. Moving back. For how much? For how much?
50 meters.
50 meters. Simple as சொல்ல போனா இവിடத்திலிருந்து இவ்வளவு 100. Sorry, அது கீழக்கல குறியீட்டு. Okay, 100 meters. இവിடത്തെ போய் நிக்காது. தமிழ்ல கொஞ்சம் சொல்றேன். 110 meter போய் நின்று ரெஸ்ட் எடுக்காரு. Taking rest 2 seconds. And this guy is moving again and come back here now. It came here. Now which is starting point? This is starting point. This is what? Ending point. You can find this one, the 100 meter, it is started, 100 meter it is moved, Then come back, this is 50 meter. So the distance would be how much now? Remember, distance how much? Tell. This is 100 meter and it came back 50 meter. Altogether how much? 150 meter. But displacement would be the distance between the starting point and ending point. That would be this one.
50 meter.
And this would be how much? meter. Now look. Illa question answer. Okay. Draw the velocity time graph. We'll be drawing that. But the displacement is changing. Because why? In that moment, the last question, the type number 7 and the type number 3, they moved, that object moved in the same direction. But here, finally, this object turned back and removed 50 meters. Because of that, displacement changing. Now let's draw the first graph. Draw the velocity time graph, not the velocity time graph. I was confused. Displacement versus time graph. When you draw velocity time graph, now you draw and here this is a velocity displacement. You should complete this graph. You should put here meter and here this is time. If it's in a given a second, you give it a second and you should give this 0 now. An object moving 100 meters, so I have put here 100 meter with constant velocity for 5 seconds. So here I put here 5 seconds. And it stayed at rest 2 seconds, so 5 plus 2, 7 seconds. And then it traveled 50 meters with constant velocity, opposite direction, for 2 seconds. So again, another 2 seconds. So I am giving here 9 seconds. For 5 seconds, it is moving 100 meters and it is moving constant velocity. If you come to this graph, in displacement time graph, constant velocity graph would be something like this. You should remember that. Otherwise, tough. So here I am connecting these points. And I'm connecting here now. Okay, this is constant velocity. Then for 2 seconds, it is being rest. Rest graph will be something like this. Then it will travel. Look now. Very important. And if I put here 100. Then I draw here this point, right? Excuse me, whose sound is coming? Now, okay. Then rest for 2 seconds. Then it travels 50 meters with constant velocity in opposite direction. And the graph, if it's moving in a constant velocity, opposite direction, graph ipdi varum. It is moved 50 meters. So from 100, it will change into here. This is 150 meter. If I bring it 50 meter, and this would be the graph. This would be the graph. And if I bring it that, that purple color, this point. And I'm bringing here now this graph. Why this slope is coming like this? Because it is moving. Tell. Why this slope is coming something? It is moving. No.
In
This
opposite
slope
direction.
is slope is coming something like y. Why it can't be something like this? இப்படியே வரையலாம். ஏன் இப்படி வருது? கிழிஞ்சு வருது. Because why? It is what?
Constant velocity.
Constant velocity. If it's the same direction, this graph would be something like this. Here. இப்படி வருது. But if it's an opposite direction, because of this opposite direction, the graph time axis is no given. That's all. Clear. Just we had wrong. Now here, this is constant velocity, but one direction. This is rest. This is constant velocity. This slope is also okay. But why it came down? Because it's opposite direction. And it took 2 seconds. Now fine. The graph is fine. And the next one, graph find the constant speed. Wrong. I can't ask constant speed here. Constant what? What is that? Velocity. Because it's a displacement here. Now I can find the question number 2 answer. This is y-axis. I am moving faster. I know the speed than solvanan because I usually teach very slow, right? Speed my well, and I'm really sorry because we have to move faster. There are lots of questions to do. The velocity is equal y over x, and the y is now how much? Tell. How much y? 100. The x would be how much now? 5 minus 0. 5. And 100 over 5, 20 ms minus 1. And the third question says what? Calculate velocity in last 2 seconds. Now, I'm using another color. I'm using blue color here. This triangle, this y-axis over this x-axis. Now this gap is how much? Tell. 100 over 5. Don't put 100, don't put 50. If it's a 30, then it's if it's a 50 irukradala paravala neenga 50 paathu poduvinga. 30 irundha 30 minus 100 minus 30. So it should be y should be 100 minus 50. So v is equal, velocity is equal y over x. நிறைய பேர் எதை போடுற சொல்லுங்க பாப்போம். எதை போடுவாங்க? இந்த கேப் போடுவாங்க. Don't put. இங்க சரி, it is starting from here. But here it is starting from this point, ending this point. So இங்க இருந்து இங்க வாங்க, இந்த பாயிண்ட்க்கு வாங்க. Now y over x, y is how much? 50 meter. Over x is 9 minus 7, how much? 2. 50 over 2, how much now? Sorry. For 3 minutes, the link முடிஞ்சிடும். யாரோ ஒரு ஆள் லீவ் ஆயிருக்கு. பரவாயில்லை. Find the total displacement. Next question. What is the total displacement? Tell me. Which is starting point? This is starting point. The graph நீங்க அப்படியே displacement காண்றதுக்கு நான் சொல்றேன் ஐடியா. பென் எடுங்க. பென் எடுத்து starting point start பண்ணுங்க. You started here from and you start. Okay, now அப்படியே வாங்க அப்படியே வாங்க. This calm and calm. எவ்வளவு முடியுது? It is finishing this point. அப்படியே கண்ணை திருப்புங்க. Left side. You go for left side. And what is the answer here now? என்ன இருக்குன்னா? What is the answer?
50 sir.
Displacement. இங்க இருக்கிற this is the graph. Displacement time graph தான் இருக்கு. நாம usually these kind of question நான் தருவேன் 2017 or 2018 question. பேப்பர்ல ஆன்சர் இருக்கு. Answer on the paper was on the paper, but you were thinking too much of those. So if you want to find this displacement, finally you should listen. The graph இப்படி வந்திருந்தா இவடத்த வந்திருந்தா finally இங்க வந்திருந்தா you just turn left back.
Zero.
The graph finished here is 50, so displacement would be 50 meter. How about distance? Distance என்ன செய்யணும்? எல்லாத்தையும் கூட்டணும். You should add. Right, okay. Come. How much now? What's that? Tell. 100. And this is what now?
100 sir.
0. 100 plus 0, 0. 100. Then come back again. What is the gap of this one now? 50. 100 plus 50, how much now? What's that now?
150.
150. In the graph, inga vanda. Displacement would be how much? The displacement would be how much? 0. Distance would be how much? 100?
200 meters.
200. Got it? Valangita. So displacement
sir.
time graph la enna doubt irukku pada we will do the past paper question seivom, then you can understand very well. They will ask here ivadatha and for 1 minute irukradha solren, if they ask momentum, what is the answer? Momentum is equal, idu 1 minute ah iruka illa lost airum. Momentum is equal, momentum P is equal mv. If the object is 2 kilo, 2 into the velocity we have found here, how much? 20. So then 40 kg ms minus 1. இப்படிதான் வரும் past paper. Not only that question, they will combine Newton's law and the F sub F equal ma, the momentum, something like that. So I'm stopping here because link the time finished out. So we'll do next class. I'll let you know. Have a great day. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam.